And welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. In the last episode, we gathered the last of the temple keys and we got the light beam. I think so, we got the light beam. I'm pretty sure we got a light beam. It's been a while since I recorded the last episode, so forgive me. Anyways, in today's episode, since we've got all three of the Dark Temple keys, we're going to make our way down to the Dark Agon Temple. Now that we have access to this area, we can now go and get the Planetary Energy from the energy controller, McGuffin. So we're going to go head on over there. We picked up a bunch of collectibles, if I remember correctly, in the last episode. We got a bunch of extra goodies that I know. Some of those stuff, most people probably wait until they come revisit Agon Wastes. I'm doing this solely because of the bad difficulty spike this game has. I should mention, this is by far not the easiest Metroid Prime game to play. They made it easier in the Wii version, by a long shot, but if you play the GameCube version, chances are you're going to have a couple bosses that probably stonewall you. It happened to everybody who played this game. There's a couple, I know most of you who probably played this game know who the heck I'm talking about. There's a couple bosses in this game that stonewall you. And I went on my way in the last episode to get like an extra energy tank, maybe an extra missile tank, and whatnot. It's solely to help you with that. And you'll understand later when we come up to that part. But now that we have all three Dark Agon keys, the final lock is deactivated. You may not access the temple. So let's go ahead and step into the light. Sure enough, here's our weird shape and looking keys. They look like, I don't know what are those things? They look like little mini observatories a little bit, like planetary observatories. I don't know like the best way to describe it. But now we have access to the temple. As soon as you step into the temple, we got ourselves a boss fight. Every time you go over to where the temple area is, after you've gotten all three keys in the area, you're gonna be challenged by this dungeon, in a way. This dungeon's boss caper. This is Amorbis. This is his main orb he's gonna attach himself to. This is a bioengineered power sphere. The sphere provides dark energy to the Amorbis. Xenotech detected in the sphere. Sphere is impervious to the weapon, so you can't shoot this thing. But we want to scan Amorbis. Yeah, he's gonna jump into the sand. Oh, goodness. That's the Amorbis for you in a nutshell. He's gonna come over here and start jumping in through the air like this. But you want to scan his first phase, and this was kind of a weird angle to scan this. This guy's got two scans on him. The first phase is when he's jumping out of the sand like this. Amorbis, gigantic tunneling guardians. Avoid target at this as it enters and leaves the earth. Look for disturbances in the ground. Target cannot survive for long if its outer shell is cracked. Alright, so let's read this. It says, the enormous Amorbis, can move through solid rock and earth with ease, and it can sense the location of surface-level prey deep within the ground. They will attempt to ram any target they can find in their domain. They are vulnerable to all forms of weapon fire, but are incredibly strong in resistance to pain. So, in this first phase with this guy, watch your UI. He's gonna just start charging a charge shot at him. He's gonna glow yellow whenever you hit him, but that's to show you you're stunning him. You want to shoot him until he's done being stunned. He's gonna drop a bunch of pickups, so I wouldn't worry too much about being low on health unless running out in the dark ether atmosphere all this time. Yeah, he's just gonna start kicking up pickups like this. But you want to kind of attack him whenever he's doing this. When he attaches himself to the spear, scan him again. This is the second scan. This is Dark Amorbis. Dark Energy charged guardian. Targets gain armor. beam weapons, and regenerative powers. When fused to the Dark Sphere, weak spot within mouth detected. Consecutive force will deliver heavy damage to it. Alright, so it says, the Amorbis can attach themselves to the Dark Sphere, drawing potent energy from within. They can fire dark energy at light crystals, nullifying Zape zones for a short time. They can also channel this energy with powerful beam attacks. Bioscans indicate that the weak spot is inside the creature's mouth. Concentrate your fire at this area to damage the Amorbis. Okay, so pretty much what we do is whenever he's attached himself to these things, we want to attack his mouth area. Start chucking his missiles at him. And eventually he's going to break. When he comes into this, get in Morph Ball and start laying bombs when he sucks you in. That's how you're going to damage him. He's going to start sucking air, like gasping for breath. And during that time, you just want to quickly go into Morph Ball and go into his mouth. And whenever he does that, he's going to jump out of this area right here. Oh, gosh. Alright, so whenever he's sucking in air, you just go into Morph Ball and then you deliver bombs. After you damaged him once, two of these Amorbises are going to start jumping out of the air. See, there's a second one right there. And as the fight progresses, there's going to be lots of Amorbises. So, actually, like a total of 3. I shouldn't say a lot, because there's only 3. But, yeah, just be careful when you see him coming out of the ground like this. You just want to kind of just be careful about being out of his way. That's like the biggest worry about Amorbis, is just get out of his way when you can. And for each phase, we gotta go and kill more of these worms here. So now we've stunned one. Now we gotta stun the other one. And then both of them are gonna attach themselves to their dark sphere. Okay, keep an eye on your radar. That's where you're gonna find them. If you see him right there, like, yeah, you see the orange dot right there, he's going to pop out of this ground. So we're just going to go ahead and damage him as much as we can. Ow, that hurts. But at this point, he's going to come out. Yeah, there we go. Now we got 2 of these guys. So just go ahead and launch your missiles at him until he... Oh, and whenever he comes up here, whenever he's doing this charge beam, he's going to fire dark energy beams. Strafe around there. Keep up with it and keep out of the distance of the dark beam. That's how you're going to avoid this attack. Alright, so now let's go ahead and charge shot. Missile. Missile again. Missile again. Missile again. There we go. So this worm is gasping for air. Let's go and deliver bombs. And that kills this worm again. Now we got to do the same thing. Yeah, same thing with this guy. Oh, he nullified that crystal. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow. Eat it, Amorbis. There we go. And eat my bombs. I lay my bomb in your tummy. And now he's going to go on to his final phase. There's going to be 3 Amorbises around here. So just keep an eye out for them. Pick up any pickups with your charge beam if you can. If you're low on health, ow, that hurts. This fight can be a little bit tough if you're doing a low percentage run, but other than that, this guy isn't too hard. He's predictable pattern. I'm kind of fudging this up, but you just keep an eye on your radar and you should be fine. Ow. I say that and I'm not really doing a very good job of keeping an eye on my radar now, am I? Okay. There he is. I didn't get him. He's gonna come up right behind me. Ow. See, there's 3 Amorbises running around here. Now, this is going to be where it's going to get really tricky. I'm going to go ahead and try to get him as much as I can, get as much damage as I can out of him. There's one going to come out of this one. And that one's done. Just got to take care of the other ones. I think that one's done. Here, and this last one, wherever he went, wherever he's going to end up going, he's going to come out over here. I didn't get him in time. I didn't get him in time. Right. This is kind of easy boss, and I'm kind of happy that they kind of don't have the hard boss just yet. It isn't until much later in the game we're going to be running into, like, super serious bosses that are really tough. I think that does it. I think all three of them are... Are all three of them good for gold? Nope, that one, he's still there. Okay. So I just gotta wait until he comes out of the ground right there. And that should do it. I think he should now his arm... I think it's whenever you shoot his armor off, he's dropping the pickups. Alright, so now all three of them are here. Yeah, be sure to scan these guys, both forms of these guys, because they're really easy to miss, and this is your only chance to get Amorbis on your logbook. So just be careful of that whenever you're doing this. Stay in the safe zone as much as you can, too. So, jump over the beam if you can't strafe all three of these beams here. Eat it! Eat my missiles! There we go. Okay. Eat me, and then I'll blow you up. There you go. Alright, so that's one of them down. Good thing they kind of throw pickups at you really easily. I think in harder difficulties they probably won't do this. I don't know if harder difficulties just more damage output. That's another thing. If you get hit by the beam that they shoot out, Samus will get stunned for just a brief moment. So you won't be able to shoot during that time period when she's stunned. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and lay a bomb in his tummy. Now we only have one more of these guys to deal with. And then the boss fight should be taken care of. Ow. You and your stupid gunk shot. Eat my missile. There we go. Alright, now it's gonna go in here, and that takes care of him. Brace for impact! That dark sphere blew up. It has a new item inside. What is this new item? This is the dark suit. Let's go and collect our prize. I like this suit. This suit was so cool when back in the day. I was like, oh man, that looks so cool. This is the dark suit. The damage effects of dark ether will do less damage to you. Additional data provided. Yeah, pretty much. That's what the big key thing about the dark suit is. You'll take very much less damage when you're in dark ether's atmosphere. It won't completely prevent you from taking damage, but it'll go down at a very much slower rate. So it's a godsend. I'll tell you that much. This is a godsend, and I know there's speedruns out there who do it without the dark suit, and I applaud those people, because I couldn't certainly do it. But now we can stay in dark ether's atmosphere a lot longer because of this suit. It also increases your defensive capabilities of the suit itself, so you'll take less damage from foes than your various suit did. So that's pretty neat. I always liked the dark suit. I thought it was cool. But now let's go and collect this planetary energy. And it's just like on the light ether world. It's pretty much the same. The energy controller. So let's go ahead and collect this planetary energy. And now this area has become unstable because we took their energy source. Energy transfer complete. Return the energy to this temple on Aether. Alright, so I'm going to tell you guys right now, most Metroid games would be like, oh, self-destruct sequence activated. No, I promise you, we haven't done that much damage to the planet yet. Yeah, Dark Aether has lost a little bit of its planetary energy. All thanks to Samus taking it away from the temple here. So, what we need to do is we need to take it. It's like capture the flag. We're taking the enemy's flag, and we're taking it back to our base. So we need to go back to the temple on Agon Waste, regular Agon Waste, and take them out. Alright, so whenever you come back in here, there's going to be warrior ings all over the place. So you just go ahead and take them out normally with the light beam, because the light beam is awesome against these guys. Where are you at? Where are you guys? Where are you guys at? Where you at, son? Okay. Oh, he just died. He just flat out ran into it. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. But now, oh well. Take a charge beam shot. There we go. Took care of him. Alright, so now that we're done here in Dark Aether, let us return back to the light world. We have taken the planetary energy, and we're going to go back to this temple. Alright, so I'm just going to ignore these inglets, because they're just minor annoyances more than anything. Inglets are. Alright, so now, in order we need to go down back to this portal site, because that's the closest portal back to the light world. And we got Warrior Ings again. Mr. Warrior Ings. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. There we go. So much for you. You just killed yourself. Killed himself again. Wow. You guys are dumb. Alright, I need more light energy. Light energy. Light beam ammo. Okay. Alright, so let's go kill this thing. There we go. Alright, so we're now going back into the portal room. This is a kind of a neat concept. I've always thought that the light world and dark world, I know I never really talked about it too much, but the light world and the dark world, I always thought it was kind of a cool concept because Dark Aether and Light Aether always reminded me of Hyrule and the Dark World from Link to the Past in a way. I know Metroid, I know this is kind of what the game was going for, is pretty much going for a Link to the Past feeling, but I always enjoyed it because Link to the Past is one of my favorite games, so seeing Metroid kind of do the same thing, I thought it was kind of cool. And not only that, I love Prime. Prime is my favorite Metroid game, so it being in this formula with how Prime was is kind of really neat, and I liked it, so okay, took care of that guy. Alright, let's go back into the portal. Jump into the light world. Because I know, yeah, Link to the Past kind of had a light world and dark world mechanic where you had to use the mirror to kind of traverse between the two worlds. And I always thought that was cool. Because when I beat the first half of Link to the Past, I was like, I'm not done yet? Whenever I got to the Dark World for the first time. I was like, there's a whole nother world? That's cool! But, yeah. We're gonna go back to... Whoa, I forgot. If you jump into the light, you kind of get blinded for just a moment. But we're gonna go back to Agon Temple here. I always like seeing Samus in the dark form, or dark suit form, the morph ball. The morph ball changed too. It kind of looks like a yo-yo in a way. Kind of one of those yo-yos you got when we were a kid. I know a lot of kids probably don't play with yo-yos now as much as they used to anymore. But I always liked yo-yos when I was a kid. Yo-yos was kind of like my favorite toy to play with. If it wasn't like, at the time, I used to play a lot of stuff when I was a kid. Like, toys were my thing when I was a kid. I played, one thing in particular until I was like, I'd say about 5, 6 years old. I used to always go over to my grandma's house, and I'd always build Thomas the Tank Engine tracks. Because I was big into Thomas the Tank Engine, and I know he's a meme nowadays. I don't know why he's a meme, but he's a meme. But I used to watch Thomas the Tank Engine tapes, collect the toys, build the tracks, and all that other stuff. And I was like, I like Thomas the Tank Engine. I just don't know why he's a meme nowadays. I never quite understood why. It's like, why are you taking that as a meme more than anything? But nobody even remembers the Fat Controller's name, anyways. Everybody just calls him the Fat Controller. I'm like, the guy has a name. He's Sir Topham Hatt, dude. And then I feel like a nerd that I know that. Alright. So now, let us go back into the Agon Wastes Temple. I just completely ignored those war wasps. I'm like, hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I know you're talking to me. I choose to just ignore you guys. I'm going to be doing that with a lot of enemies, especially War Wasp. War Wasp are like one of my least favorite enemies to deal with, because it's just like, they're trying to sting me again, they're missing horribly, or if they do sting me, it's like barely enough damage to care, so. Alright, so let's go in here and let's return the light. And with that, the energy transfer is complete. This temple's energy has been restored. That is one temple off of our checklist to do. Yay! The planet is somewhat back to the way it used to be. That's cool. Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. You know, I always commend... One thing I never mention. I really do like the theme of the Luminoth. The Luminoth have a really cool theme. You guys listened to that in that cutscene that just played just now. I love that theme so much. It's such a neat little theme. It just... It manifests why I like the Luminoth a lot. I like the Luminoth a little bit more than the Chozo, just because I find that the Luminoth are really proud warriors. They really try to defend their home. Something terrible, like a great calamity happened to them, and they were sitting there desperately trying to free their home. I mean, if it wasn't for Samus just accidentally come stumbling across this planet, Luminoth might just have gone extinct, unfortunately, and that's really sad about that. Like, they didn't expect like a freaking comet coming down to their planet and causing a trans-dimensional rift, causing another world to kind of exactly happen. I mean, who expects that kind of thing? That's crazy talk. One thing I didn't really scan, and I probably should have. This thing right here. In this room, this is a wall of Denzium. When we come back to that later in the game, you'll probably like, you didn't scan that. I never knew that was there. I just kind of want to point that out that that's there. We're going to be coming back to that later, much later in the game when we have power bombs, so. Alright, so now let's we got to go head back to the Great Temple. We gotta go head back and talk to Umos about what to do next. But I think I'm gonna end this episode off because we did a lot. We saved Agon Wastes. We defeated the boss and everything. So I think in the next episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, we're gonna go and talk to Umos again to find out where we need to go next. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.